For our last leg, let's walk along the edge of Washington Park and collect at the corner opposite the museum for some final thoughts. The Newark Public Library traces its beginnings to the Newark Library Association formed in 1847. 40 years later, the people of Newark approved the founding of the Newark Free Public Library that opened on West Park Street, offering 10,000 books that were shelved in open stacks, an innovation at that time. Needing more space, this building at 5 Washington Street was completed in 1901. In 1952, the library completed a $1.5 million modernization project and refurbished again in 1980. The Newark Public Library was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1978. 15 Washington is a neoclassical building that was designed by the same architect who designed the Newark City Hall. It opened in 1930 as the headquarters of the American Insurance Company. A few decades later, it was acquired by the Fireman's Fund Insurance Company, which donated the building to Rutgers University, Newark, in 1979. The building served as the S.I. Newhouse Center for Law and Justice from 1979 until 2000, until the opening of the Rutgers Center for Law and Justice. It reopened in November 2015 as student dorms, event space, and a chancellor's apartment. 33 Washington Street is a 450,000 square foot, 18-story office tower built for Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield in 1970. The tower features a fitness center, shared conference rooms, on-site parking, and an impressive granite lobby. It was acquired by Berger as a multi-tenant office building. The Veterans Administration Building at Washington Park was built in 1920 by the Globe Insurance Company as its headquarters. The building replaced 2 mansions that previously were located there. It was designed by Frank Goodwillie and is an example of the Second Renaissance Revival style. In 1946, the Veterans Administration Regional Office took occupancy. At the time of the move, the New Jersey Press described it as the largest single move of a New Jersey office facility in the state's history, involving over 250,000 tons of files, office supplies, and equipment. The building is a landmark within the James Street Commons Historic District. We pause at our last stop in front of the Ballantyne Mansion. It was built in 1884 as home to John Ballantyne, son of Peter, the founder of the Ballantyne Brewing Company. Newark has a long history as a center for commercial brewing. In 1805, John Noble Cummings started a brewery on High Street. That was taken over in 1837 by Peter Ballantyne, a Scotsman from Albany, New York. After their father's retirement, Ballantyne's 3 sons, Peter, John, and Robert, entered the business in 1850 and soon moved their activities to the west bank of the Passaic River on Front Street. From there, they grew and grew, relocating to the Ironbound, where it was the city's largest industrial employer until 1971, when it was acquired and closed by an out-of-state owner. By the 1880s, Newark was home to 26 breweries, with an annual output of 420,000 barrels of beer that within a decade had risen in production to more than 2 million barrels. Several other notable brands brewed in Newark, including Hensler's, Feigenspahn with the famous PON, Pride of Newark neon sign, and Kruger's, that was the first to sell beer in cans, through a collaboration in 1935 with American Can Company in nearby Jersey City. In more modern times, Rheingold, Pabst, and Anheuser-Busch all located here. Anheuser's Budweiser Brewery remains a fixture across Route 9 from Newark Airport and is being fashioned as a high-tech demonstration production center by its parent company InBev. Brewing success was not due to luck, but based on the fact that Newark was blessed with excellent transportation, had a skilled workforce at its disposal, contained a large beer-drinking immigrant population, and had secured an excellent source of plentiful and inexpensive water. Newark's 20th mayor, Joseph G. Haynes, demanded that Newarkers should not use filthy Passaic water, and through his efforts, by 1899, the city purchased the 35,000 acres of the present Newark watershed in Sussex, Passaic, and Morris counties. 3 reservoirs were built, and an elaborate series of pipes brought fresh water to Newark residents and served as the backbone of one of our greatest industries. The end of our walk is the Newark Museum, the state's largest museum. It holds major collections of American art, decorative arts, contemporary art, and arts of Asia, Africa, the Americas, and the ancient world. The museum was founded in 1909 by librarian John Cotton Dana and located on the 4th floor of the Newark Public Library that we passed earlier. The museum moved to this structure in the 1920s after a gift by Louis Bamberger. The building was designed by Jarvis Hunt, who also designed Bamberger's flagship Newark store. As we close, realize that we've only scratched the surface of Newark's bounty. We've said nothing of its contributions to growing the chemical, automotive, and industrial machinery industries, nor its role as a center for fine jewelry production. Its modern transportation assets eclipse those of the past, with Port Newark serving as a deepwater port for the eastern seaboard, Newark Liberty Airport is one of the busiest hubs in the world, and the Garden State Parkway, New Jersey Turnpike, routes 78 and 280 linking Newark in every direction. I hope this tour has left you with a new appreciation of a great city that has given so much throughout its history. Reputations are hard-earned and easily lost, and the recent years of decline shared by so many of this country's urban centers cloud the luster of what went before. The fundamentals that made Newark great are still here, and with enlightened business leaders, strong academic centers, and Mayor Baraka's vigorous leadership, we see a new era of prosperity that will echo its past. I hope you will share that message with friends and colleagues when you return home.